So safe as houses once more?
I think
maybe
this is a mixed picture. Look, if you're a young person trying to get on the housing market, the fact that house prices are going up again month on month is not what you want to hear. That deposit that you're trying desperately to save as your wages are going down after inflation is less likely to get you a house because house prices have gone up. Let's have a look at some of the numbers here. I can put them in a graphic for you. So in March, Mark, the average house price across the UK was £257,122, and then it rose in April to £260,441. Now, that's up slightly what we call month on month.
Yeah.
There you go. It's up 0.5%, as you said. But it's down compared to April last year by 2.7%. And just moving on, these numbers are from the Nationwide, and the Nationwide told us that prices now are 4% below their peak in August 2022. So they're still down a bit. And Nationwide are talking about tentative signs of recovery in the housing market, only tentative. Mortgage approvals, while they're not as bad as they were after that Liz Truss, Kwasi Kwarteng mini-budget, they're still 40% down on February 2022. Mortgage approvals, of course, are what drive the housing market because most people are buying with a home loan. But Nationwide, finally, Mark, are now saying that there are signs of pickup in mortgage applications. But I am ambivalent about this increase. I'm in two minds whether or not it's a good thing.
Because, and the other aspect, I mean, there is a seasonal aspect to this, isn't it? The spring is when people start looking at property in the housing market. They go out and start, looking in the estate agents' windows. So it does have that sort of stimulus to a degree. I guess that the thing is whether this is actually part of a bigger recovery, the green shoots that we talked about, or whether it's just like a seasonal uplift that will last a month.
There is a lot of seasonality in the housing market, of course. But on the other hand, that inflation number we had in March, 10.1%, where most people thought it would go down into single digits, that means there will be at least one more interest rate rise, probably two more interest rate rises, and that will stymie mortgage affordability. That means it's more expensive to borrow money, and that means that house prices are less likely to rise. I think house prices are going to be pretty flat for at least the next few months until interest rates, Mark, are absolutely and decisively on their way down towards the end of the year, and that won't happen until inflation is decisively on its way down.
And while we're mentioning inflation, I mean, we've got food prices still up 15.7%, even though overall retail inflation is 8.8% because we've got spring sales and footwear. Now, we've got Sir Ed Davey, Liberal Democrats, and, of course, there is a local election on, and he has said that he wants the Competitions and Markets Authority to actually look at whether there has been, we've spoken about this, a sort of inflation in terms of the supermarkets imposing higher prices to increase their margins.
You and I spoke about this just a couple of weeks ago. Remember I said that when the inflation number came out, we said, but food price inflation has gone up from 18% to 19.1%. That's completely nuts.